Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have it all, while others struggle just to make ends meet? Why is it that despite technological advancements and economic growth, poverty persists and inequality widens? I can't help but wonder, is capitalism truly delivering on its promises, or is it failing us in ways we might not even realize? Systemic injustice is like a web that traps some people while letting others soar freely. It's not fair, and it's not right. In our world, where capitalism rules, this injustice is everywhere, hiding in plain sight. Let's break it down in simpler terms. Imagine a game where the rules are rigged from the start. That's what it's like for many people under capitalism. If you're born into a wealthy family, you've got a head start. But if you're born poor or into a marginalized group, the game is much harder. This isn't because some people aren't trying hard enough. It's because the system is stacked against them. The reality is, the rich get richer at the expense of the poor who struggle to make ends meet. Now let's talk about exploitative labor practices, the unfair treatment of workers in the capitalist system. Picture this. You wake up early, work long hours, and barely make enough to get by. This is the reality for millions of people around the world who are exploited for their labor under capitalism. In the pursuit of profit, many companies cut corners when it comes to treating their workers fairly. From sweatshops in developing countries to low-wage jobs in the service industry, workers are often paid poverty wages and subjected to unsafe working conditions. They are treated as disposable commodities, easily replaced if they dare to speak up or demand better treatment. They're stuck in a cycle of exploitation, unable to escape the trap of poverty wages and precarious employment. Moreover, the gap between the highest paid executives and the lowest paid workers continues to widen. It's a harsh reality that highlights the imbalance of power between workers and employers under capitalism. Imagine buying a cheap t-shirt at a store. It seems like a good deal, right? But what if I told you that the true cost of that shirt isn't just what you paid for it? Under capitalism, many companies externalize the true costs of their production onto society and the environment. This means they don't fully account for the environmental and social impacts of their actions, shifting the burden onto others while maximizing their own profits. One of the most glaring examples of externalized costs is environmental pollution. Many industries produce harmful pollutants as a byproduct of their operations, polluting the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the land we live on. It's like someone throwing their trash out the window and expecting someone else to clean it up, except on a much larger scale. These pollutants cause a wide range of health problems, from respiratory illnesses to cancer, imposing significant costs on public health systems and communities. But perhaps the most insidious aspect of externalized costs is that those who are least responsible for them often bear the brunt of the consequences. Financial instability is like a game of chance, where the stakes are high and the consequences are far-reaching. In the pursuit of profit, financial markets become a battleground of speculation, greed, and risk-taking. But when the house of cards comes crashing down, it's not just the players who suffer, it's everyone. The 2008 financial crisis serves as a stark reminder of the inherent instability of capitalism's financial system. Millions lost their homes, their jobs, and their life savings, while the architects of the crisis walked away with golden parachutes. Despite the lessons of history, little has been done to address the root causes of financial instability. The same speculative practices and risky behaviors that led to past crises continue unchecked, fueled by a culture of short-term profits and regulatory capture. Under capitalism, corporations have become more than just entities that produce goods and services. They're behemoths that shape our world in profound ways. From influencing government policies to controlling the media, corporate interests often take precedence over the needs and desires of ordinary people. Big corporations pour millions of dollars into lobbying efforts and campaign contributions to sway lawmakers and influence legislation in their favor. This allows them to shape public policy to benefit their bottom line, often at the expense of the public interest. Former corporate executives often land top positions in government agencies, where they use their influence to push for policies that benefit their former employers. Perhaps most concerning is the erosion of democratic values in the face of corporate dominance. This undermines the principles of equality and representation upon which democracy is built, creating a system where the wealthy few wield disproportionate power over the rest of us. In a consumer-driven society, material wealth and possessions are often equated with success and happiness. We're bombarded with messages that tell us we need to buy more, achieve more, and be more to find fulfillment. Despite our best efforts to accumulate wealth and status, many of us find ourselves feeling empty and disillusioned, wondering if there's more to life than the pursuit of material gain. One of the root causes of the crisis of meaning is the commodification of human existence under capitalism. In a world where everything has a price tag, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. We're encouraged to define ourselves by what we own rather than who we are, leading to a profound sense of alienation and disconnection from our true selves. The relentless pursuit of profit and productivity often leaves little time or space for introspection and self-discovery. We're caught up in a never-ending cycle of work and consumption. While we may enjoy the convenience and abundance of consumer goods, few of us stop to consider the environmental impact of our consumption habits. From the extraction of raw materials to the disposal of waste, every step of the production and consumption process exacts a toll on the planet. We live in a world where products are designed to be cheaply made and quickly discarded, leading to mountains of waste piling up in landfills and polluting our environment. The rise of digital technology and social media has only exacerbated unsustainable consumerism, fueling a never-ending cycle of comparison and envy. Imagine this. You're struggling to make ends meet, living paycheck to paycheck, when suddenly you find yourself targeted by law enforcement simply for being poor. This is the harsh reality faced by millions of people around the world who are criminalized simply for their economic status. Instead of addressing the root causes of poverty and inequality, governments often resort to punitive measures that punish people for simply trying to survive. One of the most egregious examples of the criminalization of poverty is the targeting of homeless people for nonviolent offenses such as loitering, panhandling, and sleeping in public spaces. Instead of providing support and assistance to those in need, law enforcement often treats homelessness as a crime, pushing people further into the margins of society and exacerbating their already precarious situation. Others who are unable to pay fines or court fees may find themselves trapped in a vicious cycle of debt and incarceration, with little hope of escape. The consequences of the criminalization of poverty are far-reaching and profound, undermining the principles of fairness and justice upon which our society is built. Now, how does all this make you feel? What aspects of our capitalist society do you find most outrageous and unjust? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Hit subscribe, join our community, and together, let's illuminate the world with the brilliance of understanding. Until next time, remember that your voice matters.